Hello everyone, today I'm in Wenigerode, which is in Saxony-Anhalt, and my goal as much as possible is to see every state of Germany, every Bundesland in Germany, and I'm rather close to Saxony-Anhalt, so I'm glad to finally make it here. Wernigerode, from what I've seen, is absolutely adorable. There's so many wood-timbered houses, so many cafes, and then there's a gorgeous castle on the top of this hill, so I'm gonna hike to it. Unfortunately, I don't have my partner in crime Gretchen with me today. She's on a fun, exciting adventure with her host parents up to the North Sea, so I will have to, entertain myself in her absence. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is the smallest house in Wernigerode, and it's now a museum, and there's some girl with her head out the window. The whole Harz Mountain region has some obsession with witches, so you'll see lots of witch cafes, witch souvenir shops, and I guess a tower with a witch sticking out of it, so that's fun. Another thing Wenigerode is known for is these steam-powered trains that still run, but I've heard that they're still kind of expensive with like the tickets and stuff, but it is something cute that they do here in the town. Back in Hanover, Elle came to visit and we went to the new city hall and had the opportunity to go all the way to the top to see a view of Hanover, which was super cool because this was my first time seeing my own city from above. I also learned a fun fact. You can see here the Matschsee Lake. It's in the shape of an airport with the thought that bombs would get dropped there instead of on the city. You can also see the city forest as it stretches across the entire city. And I even viewed the TV tower next to my office building all the way across the city. Pretty cool. This was also the Tag der Arbeit, or Labor Day, so there was festivals and concerts and demonstrations. Overall, perfect day for a view of the city. Today I'm in Bremerhaven by myself. Gretchen was here a couple weeks ago and said I needed to come to go see the Immigration Museum because it seems to be super interactive, and given my ancestry, I thought it would be super interesting. My grandpa didn't leave out of Bremerhaven, but he left out of Hamburg. I still thought it would be super cool. And I just got here. I decided from the train station to just walk to the city park and eat my packed lunch. And it is absolutely, that's a fountain, absolutely gorgeous so far. I mean, there's trails. Let me get some B-roll, but I'm excited to eat lunch here. Okay, I found my bench and a nice view, so I'm gonna eat. I ate my lunch on the bench. This is a really beautiful park. Okay, next step is walking or taking a bus to the museum, and I don't think photography or videography is allowed, so we'll see how much I can capture, but looking forward to it, and we'll see. As you can see, they're honoring the President of the United States. I just can't get enough of us. Oh my god. I wonder if he had anything to do with the city. OMG, I think this is an U-boat. I watched this TV show called Das Boot, and I loved it. Such a good show, but so scary what life is like in that kind of tight compartment with like 12 other men. I think this here is the Climate Museum. A coworker of mine mentioned they've got like 9 different rooms to represent like 9 different climate zones or something. I might go into it, but it is a little bit spendy.
First of all, I want to thank Gretchen because this museum is so flipping cool, especially as someone of a descendant of a German who emigrated elsewhere. The museum starts with a scene where you're at a dock with a bunch of people waiting for the ship to be ready to be onboarded, and you hear voices of different people speaking. You have this real feeling of Abschied, or goodbye. And it really puts you in the mood of, hey, you're an immigrant, you're about to leave. What is that feeling or that experience like? Next, you're taken to the biography library, and every person who visits the museum is given an immigrant to follow throughout the museum. And here you get to learn about what that person's life was like before they left Europe or Germany.
My opa left in 1908, and he's part of that crew.
Next, they take you on a ship. You actually get to where you saw at the beginning, go up the ramp into the fake ship compartment, and it takes you through what the ships looked like from the 1800s all the way to the 1920s. And you can see how vastly improved they are over time. I'm telling you, if I was an immigrant, I would not step foot in a boat before the year 1900. It's disgusting. Anyway, then you're taken to a fake Ellis Island and get to experience what an immigrant would have first encountered walking on America's shores, being interrogated and asked 1,000 questions in rapid fire speed. My grandpa went through Ellis Island, so especially this was where I got goosebumps. I was like, I'm following what my great-grandpa must have experienced. Then you're taken to a fake central station, again, to kind of give this, like, new world feel. You're just arriving. Everything's new. I've actually never been to New York, so I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Then you're given a view of, like, some shops, maybe what life in New York would have been like, and then you finish the museum with a much more interactive kind of contemplative exhibit where you're taken through different stations, and every person in the museum also gets this card that you use throughout the museum for these interactive stations. You can listen to things, look at screens, answer questions. And here I personally went through the arguments of immigration, of what it means to be a certain nationality or a citizen of a certain nation. Lots of deep, thought-provoking questions because immigration is an issue that affects everyone around the world in varying forms and ways.
Our Queen Angela Merkel was here, as well as all these other people. This was such a cool museum. It was absolutely incredible, like so interactive, so immersive. I mean, it really did feel like I was an immigrant who was on the dock and then in a ship and then like at Ellis Island. I don't think I have it in me to be an immigrant, or would have had in the past. Like, there's no freaking way you could get me on a boat for 2 months at sea. Absolutely no freaking way. And then to show up at Ellis Island and get interrogated, like, and have to answer within 10 seconds, like, ugh. So I thank all the immigrants who came before me, especially my great-great-great-grandparents. Both sets, both my mother's and father's side came from Germany, so regardless, most of the people went to the USA, and it's just crazy to me that I'm an American because they left Germany. So yeah, super cool museum, and if you're ever in Bremerhaven, I highly recommend coming. But I'm going to meet another PPPler who's been living here in Bremerhaven the whole year, and we're going to go for burgers, of course, since we're American girls, and yeah, really fun day in Bremerhaven.